All right. Good boy.
Good boy.
You want to start?
Yeah. So you want to do Asheville? Review of Asheville?
Yeah.
So we went to Asheville, North Carolina, and we were there for 2 nights and really 2 days. We stayed at Campfire Lodgings, which is right on the edge of Asheville. So I don't know if it's technically downtown, but it was listed as being in Asheville. But you would not know it. So it's, as far as location goes, it was awesome because you are up in the mountains. There's no city in sight. There's no suburb in sight. You're just overlooking this valley, and you do have to earn it.
The climb was no joke.
Yeah, you go up this kind of gravel drive. These squirrels are crazy. This gravel kind of drive that's probably like maybe 1 mile, and it just kind of, snakes its way up. It was in good condition. I'm sure there were some pretty big rigs that made it, but you'd probably want to have a heads up knowing that you were in for that when you got there, or you might be kind of psyched out. Benefit of having the truck camper, you just basically go slow and drive it right up. And then when you get to Campfire Lodgings, I thought one of the best things was that it was tiny. So I didn't know what to expect. Some of these mom and pop campgrounds can be really hard to judge how they're going to be because they don't use as much technology. They're not as modern. So when you're trying to get an idea based on their website and stuff, there's definitely a lot left to be desired.
Get some camper photos, right? Though.
Yeah, and you can use the geotag on Instagram and stuff like that. So you could tell it was very well rated. You could tell it was a lot of regulars. But it's just places like that can be hard, but sometimes it's a blessing because if you get there, it's like a great secret,
Yeah.
So because when we went there, it was maybe 20 campers. So even though we're not the biggest fan of campgrounds, there were not many of us, and you're not even parked across from each other. It's literally just a row view on this kind of mountaintop, and there's a cleared section, or a section that doesn't have any trees, that overlooks the valley, and they had cement pads, and those were
premium. They're considered
premium. Yep. But it's like a 6 month to a year. I don't know how it normally is without COVID, but
there was one open for our first night.
Yeah, just a night.
Which I think it was probably our booking.
Yeah.
Not 2 night available.
But awesome. You'd have this beautiful view, which will be in other videos and pictures and stuff. It probably doesn't really get any better as far as a campsite view than that. I don't know where.
It had a really nice common area where every night, because the sun sets right, behind the mountains there, everyone would gather, and pretty much everyone in the campground gathered, and there were Adirondack chairs and picnic tables, and people would sit if you didn't have one of those premium spots.
Yeah, so if you say it was 7, it was 7.
Yeah.
Right? And then the 8th one was kind of somewhat wooded, right? So if this open area, there's no trees, you have no obstruction to the view of the valley and other Blue Ridge Mountains across the valley and stuff. Gorgeous. And those were all they were on platforms, nice and level, picnic table. They were just awesome. And then it was the 8th one, which I kind of thought was the best one, because out the back of where you parked, you have unobstructed view, but you're not out in the open, so you do get some shades and stuff like that. And then we were the next one over that had even less view, but we did have a little bit. But we weren't. I think we were the first deluxe. So I think it's premium and then it's deluxe.
Which was
so
nice.
We had a great spot. We had a really good spot where if we were on the side of the camper that was at 8 spot, like we still got plenty of sun and you could see the view.
We watched the
and
sunset
still,
from our spot.
Yep, you could still see out our back door because we just backed in. But you still, if it was hot or it wasn't, you know, you got some shade because you were still in the trees at that point. So I thought we did a really good job. Plus, it's a little cheaper to stay at that spot than the premiums. Chip, what are you doing? Come.
You good? What?
I don't know. It's up to you. No, keep talking.
So another thing that was nice was that they had access, obviously, to bathrooms and showers because we, you know, don't have a shower in our camper. So that was the first day that we were able to shower, which was awesome. I mean, obviously most campsites have that, but that was just
And they were
nice after boondocking for 2 nights.
It was such a small campground that it wasn't even like a men's and a woman's room. They were actually just private bathrooms. So had the bathroom stall, sink, and the shower, and you just locked the door. They were all private. And I think there were 4 or 5 of them. You had an outdoor sink if you want to do dishes, laundry. And like I said, it's because there were, you know, 50 people there. Most, if it was absolutely full. They did have some tent sites, and they had a couple of yurts, which is cool. You know, but it was just so quiet. And you kind of end up talking to a lot of people because it is so small. But it was very easy to get a bathroom, and it's always kind of nice when you just get a private bathroom that you can take your time and take a shower, and you're not in like a locker room or anything like that. So that was nice. They were clean. They were, again, not modern, but they were clean, and the people were so friendly there. So Campfire Lodgings, definitely
recommend, highly recommend.
Yeah, we weren't sure, but it was awesome. And then when you come out, you're on this kind of back road, but it ended up being like a main artery that wasn't the highway that led you right downtown and actually led you to like the outskirts of the city. So we basically just drove in a straight line for 10 minutes. And we were already in some of the like, I don't know what you call it, suburban area. Where it was like, we got donuts and, you know, there are things like that, restaurants and stuff like that. And then another 3 or 4 minutes and you were downtown. So even though you were up in the mountains, not near, couldn't even see a city, you were still probably 13, 14 minutes from being buried downtown Asheville. So that was great. That was Campfire Lodgings. Recommend.